Five reasons why college scholarships should be replaced by 401k plans for kids. I'm going to give you five, ladies and gentlemen, not one, but one, two, three, four, and five reasons, probably more than that, of why I personally believe we should get rid of college scholarship and remove them and replace them with investment accounts, something like a 401k for kids. So y'all stay tuned because I know everybody out here got a niece, uncle, not a niece or uncle, but I mean they got a niece, a nephew, a grandchild, child, whatever that they're looking to send to college and save for college. So y'all stay tuned. But if you haven't done so, go ahead and make sure.
Hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell icon. Hit that like, comment, and share button.
Once again, boys and girls and children of all ages, you are now tuned into the Investor Show. This is your gracious host, the one and only, the Prince of Investing, Prince Dykes, coming to you guys and girls live all the way from that beautiful city and state of Denver, Colorado. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, comment, and share button. And as always, I don't have a lot of time, and I definitely know you guys and girls don't have a lot of time, so we're going to jump straight into it. So, ladies and gentlemen, I made this episode to kind of make a case of, I know everyone out there is looking to save money to go to school for their grandchild, their niece, their nephew, or their own child themselves. And I'll give you five reasons why I think that you should change, and not only we should change, but also we should look at our whole system changing, outlook. The number one is everybody knows, ladies and gentlemen, we're faced with inflation. Inflation right now, we have an inflation problem. Everybody's saying that money is starting to be devalued because guess what? We pump so much money into the economy with stimulus plans that the price of everything is going up, which leads me into the number one reason. The cost of college, inflation. Inflation is pushing up the cost of college. So as we go along, college is becoming more and more expensive. So as colleges become more and more expensive, the money that are being given out with college scholarships are becoming less and less effective. For prime example, if you gave a kid $3,000 scholarship back in the 70s, back in the 80s, it did okay. The kid could actually do something with it. Today in 2021, you give a kid $3,000, they're like, oh, nice. I can buy one book now. Imagine what $3,000 is going to be able to do in 2030 at the current inflation rate that we're going at, right? So that's the number one reason. Inflation and the cost of scholarship, not the cost of scholarship, but the cost of college is constantly going up every single year. Number two, useless degrees. Number two, they're giving out useless degrees in colleges. For prime example, we know that STEM is the way to go. STEM meaning science, technology, what's that? Science, technology, engineering, and math. So those are where everybody's going with jobs, cybersecurity, things like that. But guess what? So many people are getting degrees in political science, communication, psychology. Not saying that they're absolutely useful. No education is bad education. But guess what? You're getting these degrees, and these degrees don't add up. Why do I call them useless? It goes right into my number three reason. Number three, the education cost plus salary. For prime example, if I have a bachelor's degree in psychology, what do I really qualify for? Now, that bachelor's degree in psychology, if I went to an in-state college, it could run me upwards close to $100,000 with room and board and food and all of the stuff like that. So my education, my degree in psychology may cost me $100,000, or political science, or communications, or underwater basket weaving, like people love to say all the time, and the list just goes on. So it cost me $100,000 to get the degree, but now I qualify for jobs that pay $30,000, $40,000, and that's if I'm lucky enough to get them. So now the cost of the education was $120,000 and took 4 years out of my life just for me to possibly qualify for a $30,000, $40,000 job. That don't add up. So why did I pay this much money? So that's the number one. That's number three. The number three reason: the education costs plus the salary versus the salaries don't add up. Number four, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't noticed, with number four, you're looking at skills. Those are now more valuable over degrees. So right now, technical colleges are more valuable than universities. So if you go out and you graduate from the university of whatever, and you get a bachelor's degree in, let's say, I don't know, I want to keep beating up on psychology. Except if you get a bachelor's degree in political science, right? So, hey, I have a political science or communications. Nothing wrong with these degrees, but I'm just speaking the truth, right? Hey, I have a communications degree versus someone who goes to community college or technical college and get a HVAC certification, or someone who goes to technical college and get their Security Plus certification, or someone who goes to technical college and gets their plumbing certification. So the plumbing, electricity certification could take about a year or two to pass your test and everything. And your college degree took you 4 years. So if I have 4 years of school and I have a communications degree versus someone else has 2 years of school of junior college that was way cheaper, guess what? Guess who more employable? The person right out of tech school. People who come out of technical college. You can become a surgical technician in healthcare. You can become a nurse in technical colleges. You can become a surgical technician. You can become HVAC, learn how to do HVAC. You can learn how to do electricity, fix cars. The list just goes on, and you're immediately employable. Versus if you go and get the big fancy degree that costs you way more money, you're not as employable. That's my number 4 reason of hey. Now I'm not against education, but I am against the way that we get people to education, which is going to be my summary. All right. Number five reason is the college scholarship system is broken. For prime example, you have very good, very wealthy Americans that want to help out other people. For prime example, we have every state they give out millions and millions of dollars every year for you to go to school. Corporations give out millions and millions of dollars every year for everybody to go to school. And guess what? They take those millions of dollars, and what happens to the price of school every year? The price of school continuously goes up, and up. And most people that go to school, take me for example, most people that go off to 4-year universities, it's because they want a certain lifestyle. When I was a kid, I looked up in the sky and I said, man, I want to have me a house in a suburban neighborhood with two cars and be able to go on vacation once a year, a nice vacation once a year. That's all I wanted out of life financially. And then I matched that with well, what do I have to do to be able to get that type of lifestyle? Most people say, hey, you got to go off to college. So I said, okay, I guess I go to college. Lucky enough for me, I joined the United States Navy, and all of my college was free. But had I not joined the military, I would have went out to school just like a lot of my counterparts did, but now owe $150,000, $160,000. The thing about it is they did not want to go to school. They were just trying to afford a particular lifestyle that they wanted. For prime example, we all know that most athletes want to go pro. Hey, I want to go to the NBA, the NFL, or whatever. I want to go pro. But in order for them to go pro, they tell them, hey, you know what? You got to go to this university. So they go off to a university for 1, 2, or 3 years just so they can go pro. Why couldn't those people just get straight to the point and go pro? Now, in summary, what do I mean by this? Everybody, every year we donate all this money to colleges. Imagine if we took all of that money, all those billions of dollars that corporation and the government and taxpayers that we're putting out there to give to students to go to college. Imagine if we started something like a 401k investment plan for all of those people. For prime example, let's say my master's degree costs, for active duty military, they paid for it. It probably ran about $120,000, $150,000, right? That the government paid for me to get a master's degree. But it also paid for my wife's bachelor's degree. She paid for her master's degree out of her own pocket. So let's say the government has given us a $250,000 worth of education. Instead of the government giving someone a $250,000 worth of education, imagine if they had given me an investment fund when I was 3 years old and put a $250,000 into it, and and compound interest. By the time today I'm 36 years old, with compound interest, it'll probably be $1 million. With compounded interest. Let's say they had an index fund that compounded every year 10% or something like that. How far along would I be to where I won't need the education? I would just have a fund. But now I definitely don't believe in giving something away, but I definitely believe in using something more effective. All right. So I just thought about all this money that we pour into schools and colleges every year. Imagine if we poured that into something that can grow for actual people. That's why I think we should just remove the college funds and look into funding 401k plans. That's just my idea. That's just something I want to share with you guys and girls. And I'm actually working on that myself and making that become a reality. As you know, my program, we give kids stocks. So we turn kids after they read and pass quizzes on investing, credit, and insurance, they could become a shareholder. So we've given away Coca-Cola stock, we've given away Nike stock, and we also have given away Apple stock as well. And that's something that we do through our foundation. So anyway, that's something that I want to see put on a grander scale. That should replace our current system. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and children of all ages, my name is Prince Dykes. This is the Investor Show. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, comment, share button. And to the next video, podcast, cartoon, or whatever else crazy you see me do around the globe. My name is Prince Dykes, and I'm out. Peace. Be safe.